What do you think that I have gotten from you?
What have you gotten from me?
It's funny
Besides
besides CF.
Today I'm going to talk about Claire Wineland. I came across her videos. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and one of the videos I came across was Claire Wineland. She's a girl that suffers from CF.
Okay, so today I have a special guest with me. Again, this is my lovely mother, Miss Melissa Nordquist. Okay, let's start at the beginning. What was I like as a baby, and how was it having to be like thrown into the world of taking care of someone with a chronic illness when you were still young and all that, and it was your first kid?
At the time, so it was terrifying. And 18 years ago, children did not have a really good prognosis, and so of course your father and I went right to Google search it, and everything was really grim. And I remember they wheeled you off to the NICU, and you already were very alert, like as an infant. You were like, "What's up?" And we were walking, with you down to the NICU, and you were just making eye contact and looking at us, kind of telling us that it was going to be okay.
She just values things like her relationships with her mother and with her sister.
How do you cope with the thought of me dying? Let's get serious.
Wow.
You're on. Sorry. No pressure.
Wow, it's funny. That has transitioned over the years. I think right when you were a baby, all I could think about was, what if she dies? It's a good question. But I don't think about that very often. I mean, I'm kind of at peace with it, that if it happens, I understand it's part of a progressive terminal illness, but I don't live in that reality all the time, and I think that's the biggest gift. I remember I went to dinner with some friends of mine when you were in the coma, and I said, there were just so many things I still wanted to tell her. And those two friends reminded me of that recently, and I just feel so blessed that I got to. I can't believe I'm crying. I'm such a baby. But I hardly ever think about it. It was I just remember thinking I wasn't ready. There are other things I wanted to talk to you about.
She has a different perspective on life than the rest of us. I think that many of us come into this world expecting ourselves to live till the bitter end, for a very, very long time, but that may not be the case. For her, it's no more than 18 years. But what I found really refreshing about her, why I wanted to put her on this episode, is just that her perspective on death actually makes her live life just a little better. Makes her life live a little bit more substantial.
The biggest thing is you just want to live life slowly. You just want to enjoy it. So my lesson here is don't let death make decisions for you. The point shouldn't be to try and just cram everything out before we die, because then what we're creating isn't worth creating. We shouldn't really be doing things in our life just because we may die soon. I honestly think this is the most important of them all, is to think about it. Don't let it be this really far off, scary thing that may or may not happen, that we can't discuss, that we shouldn't talk about with other people. It's happening. It's gonna happen. We're all going to die, and thinking about it is actually the best way to cope with it, and the best way to not let it control you. The more you realize, I really am gonna be gone one day, the less it scares you, and the more comfortable you become with the topic. And then when you're comfortable with the topic, other people will become comfortable with the topic, and then we'll stop being such losers afraid of something completely normal. I feel like the stuff worth doing in your life is the stuff that you're called to do because you feel like the world needs it, not because you just want to cram it out before you die.
It's not like she's trying to make an impact. It's just that she does make an impact for just her being herself.
But my name is Claire Wineland. I am 14 years old, and I have an illness called cystic fibrosis. I could get into all the genetics of it, but I will totally bore you if I do. So as a result of it, though, I've had 25 surgeries. I've been hospitalized around 25% of my life, 1,000 days, give or take. I've had I have to do treatments 4 to 5 times a day just to keep myself from coughing my head off. And my life expectancy when I was born wasn't really past 18 years old. Oh, poor girl. I'm so sorry she's had to go through all this. But that's kind of what I want to explain to all you guys today, that I don't want you to feel poor girl with the oxygen tank. I want to be able to touch you in a way that other people can't, because I want to be able to explain the other side of a challenge or the other side of a problem. I had fun like every other kid. To me, I am every other kid in my eyes. But it was never every other kid in anyone else's eyes. I was always, oh, poor girl, can't go to school like everyone else, or, can't run like everyone else. You must feel miserable. But I never did feel miserable. I felt perfectly fine, and I loved my life. But, over time, the weirdest thing happened is I started to feel inadequate in a way because I didn't feel miserable. Like there was some weird joy in feeling miserable. But I never understood why other people couldn't really understand that I was happy and that I was fine. So I kind of, over time, I've learned to accept people's, I'm so sorry, and kind of just let it roll off my shoulders, But I found out, in other cultures and other, religions, having an illness was actually considered a blessing, or not only an illness, a problem or a challenge or adversity was considered a kind of a message from your higher power, like an open door. And the actual translation for problem was empowering situation.
For me to appreciate life and to understand how precious it is, I need to take a closer look at death. And to me, Claire was an angel, or is an angel that is sent to us all to just take a good look at ourselves and not to get caught up on the mundane things of life. Thank you for your time, and take a look at Claire Weiland and the Clarity Project here on YouTube. Have a beautiful day.